So let's get something straight. You have Chuck Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand. Then you have Andrew Cuomo. Okay. Then you have Bill de Blasio. All right. Then you have the Congresswoman who was the Metropolitan Correction Center in Manhattan, falls under her district. Nydia Velasquez. So Representative Nydia Velasquez. Then you have New York, that is a political machine run by Democrats. It's a Democratic Party political machine. It's a modern-day Tammany Hall. Then you have, so you mean to tell me that William Barr was responsible for Epstein's demise? And so you have people, it makes it sound like the Bureau of Prisons is under someone else's control. It's not. You have people saying, well, William Barr controlled the Bureau of Federal Prisons. Do you know how many prisons are located? Do you know how many prisons or how many facilities? Go to the Wikipedia page. As of 2018, the Bureau is responsible for approximately 183,000 inmates in 122 facilities. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think President Trump and William Barr have a lot of pull, or influence, or clout, or prestige in the heart of Manhattan within New York's political machine, run by Democrats. That's absurd. The district where the Metropolitan Correction Center is located. So when people say, oh, well, it's William Barr's fault, it's Barr and Trump, sorry. You're not talking about a Republican stronghold. And you're talking about close to 200,000 inmates in over 100 facilities. 122 facilities. William Barr, that's like saying, he's not technically, the Justice Department oversees the Bureau of Federal Prisons. Okay? But not in this case. In this case, there was some corruption at the ground level, and the warden who was reassigned, we're not 100% certain of the person's name, but he was reassigned. And in addition to the fact that you have the most powerful people in New York, from the two senators, Gillibrand and Schumer, to the governor Cuomo, to the mayor de Blasio, to the Congresswoman, I'll just read you, Representative Nydia Velasquez calls for full investigation of Metropolitan Correctional Center apart from Epstein's suicide investigation. The Federal Bureau of the apparent suicide of... Okay, so... Jeff, it needs to be more about how wealthy... Okay, according to federal officials from... A letter to federal officials from Representative Nydia Velasquez, whose district includes the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan, where Epstein was found over the weekend, reportedly. Okay, so he wasn't hanged. Well, that's bizarre. I don't want to get into it in this channel, but on H.A. Goodman's other channel, I dive deep into all of this stuff. Wants a thorough review of shoddy practices at the massive lockup. So not only does Epstein, question about how his custody was handled, but it also harkens back to a litany of previous problems we've seen in the facility. Well, this was your district. This district was run by Democrats. So you have Representative Nydia Velasquez, Democrat, New York. Bill de Blasio, Democrat, New York. Andrew Cuomo, Democrat, America is not great. And you got tough guy, brother, tough guy, Chris Cuomo. I'll throw you down a flight of stairs, yo. If you call me Fredo, yo. And then Schumer and Gillibrand. So I can't, I know this is kind of, it's possibly quite boring, but tell me again how William Barr is responsible for any of this. This is a political machine run by Democrats beholden to Bill and Hillary, who have their home base at Chappaqua. And in downtown New York, well, they're not really royalty, but they're considered, they're not royalty to the average person, but they're considered royalty to the elite of New York. So William Barr accused of making it seem like he doesn't oversee Bureau of Prisons after Epstein. No, he doesn't oversee every single facility. Sorry. Okay, I just want to tweet about the journalist. You are failing if you do not note along Barr's surprise at the problem at the Bureau. He oversees it, the Bureau of Prisons. No, not every facility. Every second of the day. Sorry. You're talking about a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where you had Bubba Bill flying on a certain person's plane 26 times. Okay? 26 times. You think if Trump flew on a plane 26 times, they wouldn't be bringing that up every second? And they fabricate quotes about Trump. Okay, so let's see. They're like, Trump flew on his plane in 1997. Yeah, but not 26 plus times. Flight logs show Bill Clinton flew on the guy's plane 26 times, at least 26 trips. So, in the mind of people on the left, the email problem is nothing, no big deal. Servers outside of the United States government with top secret intelligence the whole planet has, not a big deal. Uranium 20% of U.S. uranium capacity that the Kremlin has because President Obama and Democrats were so tough. And you have 26 times Bill Clinton, Bubba Bill, and I explain on H.A. Goodman's other channel, so check out the... And then there's a picture, there's a painting of him in a dress and everything, fine. But you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where if the tables were turned, if this was a Republican stronghold, and see, you can't even turn the tables because Trump doesn't really have, he's not a traditional Republican. So, I mean, if you have, this happened in, some, a red state with a, Republican governor, Republican mayor, Democrats would say, well, wait a second now. The administration is in cahoots. But William Barr has nothing to do with this. The people on the ground do. And you're talking about a political machine where the congresswoman, the mayor, the governor, and the two senators, and the majority, I think it's 80%, no, something like 76%, no, 83% Democrat. In terms of politics, New York is 83% Democrat. Around there. Manhattan even more so. Or New York City even more so. And the interesting thing is that this looks really bad for Bill Clinton. Really bad. All of this looks bad. But media doesn't want to connect any dots at all. They never do. They coddle and protect both Bill and Hillary. Hillary Clinton's the golden muumuu is running again. But former President Bill Clinton was a much more frequent flyer. Flight logs showing the former president taking at least 26 trips aboard you-know-who's jets or planes. This is by Malia Zimmerman. Flight logs show Bill Clinton flew on the jet more than previously known. You-know-who's jet. Okay, so I for the life of me, I just don't get how, and you see this on Twitter, like, I took a second to just see what Twitter was like, and it's like, they've really convinced themselves that Trump is the most sinister man on the planet. Even though great economy, record low unemployment, 1 million plus more job openings than workers to fill them, record low Black and Latino unemployment, First Step Act, first president to step foot in North Korea, first president to start some kind of peace process between North Korea and South Korea. Moon Jae-in of South Korea stated that President Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. He wants to bring home Americans from counterinsurgency conflicts. He stated he wants to bring home all Americans from Afghanistan. So this world that people are arguing, oh yeah, Trump, and you're the reason, because the left is like battling the left, and they're all over each other. They're saying, well, it was Bernie's fault, and no, it was the I'm with her crowd. The I'm with her crowd is going to continue to keep control. Clinton is going to run again. And it's really, really interesting. You're going to start... Twitter and social media and Facebook are going to be really, really unhealthy places. Especially when Clinton begins her run, and especially towards the home stretch of the 2020 campaign, because this is their last chance at regaining a foothold in American politics, regaining power, political prestige, influence, power, all that stuff. This is the last chance they have, because they're going to have 4 more years. And if President Trump does a good job like he's doing now, you could have another Republican who's like Trump, or someone in Trump's family. Who knows? You're talking about a generation of people right now, or at least an era, where millions of people are absolutely frightened of the Democratic Party. And on Twitter, you get the sense that Democrats are, that Trump is this vile monster. In reality, though, the average American looks at Democrats and they say, well, what are they doing? Nobody believes what happened to this guy. Nobody believes, he took his own life. Nobody does. The average person, the average American does not believe that. And the average American knows, just with a little bit of research, 1 plane flight, 26 plane flights. Which is more? Okay? One person has jets, one person doesn't. I read a New York Magazine article on my other channel. But, you know what? Let me see if I can... One of the main reason Bill Clinton liked this guy is because he had planes. That's what endeared Bill Clinton to you-know-who. He had planes. He had jets. This is a 2002 New York Magazine article. Epstein, international money man of mystery. What attracted Clinton to Epstein was quite simple. He had a plane. This is October 28th, 2002. Talks about the Africa trip. So, and it's like, this is 2002. So you want to bet that it's more than 26 times? So you put 2 and 2 together, it's not that difficult. I'm not saying that the Clintons offed anyone. I don't think that, actually. Well, first of all, that's not how they work. Clinton had servers outside the United States government, and Comey said she didn't mean to do it. She committed numerous crimes, top secret and special access program intelligence, and overt on servers outside the U.S. that almost certainly were hacked by the planet. And then you have a uranium deal where millions of dollars are flowing into the Clinton Foundation. Oh, what a coinkydink. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Just President Obama doesn't veto the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium capacity, and Mueller doesn't let him know there's a bribery and racketeering scandal on U.S. soil involving Russian operatives. That's bizarre. Wow. How did that happen? Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel, Metropolitan Congressional Center. This is a Gothamist article. This is yet those locked up at MCC are subject to their own indignities. These include and violations. These include filthy conditions, vermin infestations. They use the word infestation. Oh my God. Substandard medical care and violence and abuse at the hands of guards. Interviews with a dozen people who have spent time locked up there as recently in 2017, as well as their attorneys, confirmed that those incarcerated at MCC often endure a rat-infested... Oh, my God. They used the word infested again? Oh, my God. Trump must have written this. A rat-infested high-rise... Okay, hell, just yards from the federal courts that sent them there. I thought nowhere was worse than Rikers Island. Oh, my God. They say this is worse. The cells are very small, and at nighttime you hear the mouses, see water bugs in the shower. We saw rats so big it seemed like they could only be in the sewer. Oh, my God. This is June 19th, 2018. This is before the Trump... the Trump tweet where he used the word infested, where most people would just say a location that had a lot of rodents would be infested with rats or rodents. Of course, Democrats twist every single thing. They are not going to be happy when Clinton loses to Trump again, because it ain't going to be Biden. Biden has zero. It ain't going to be Bernie, because the I'm With Her crowd has so much contempt and venom. They've spewed so much venom and they have so much contempt against... And Hillary cheated Bernie, so it's like, what are you talking about? The whole thing with 2016 is that the Russians informed the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated. So I was like, what are you talking about? Clinton's running again. So now, I'm not saying that they did anything, but of course, look, well, that's interesting. Okay, you have a whistleblowing publisher in jail, okay, who is a hero. You have a lowlife scumbag who's a billionaire who helped fly, who's rotting in with down below in an inferno, who flew Bubba Bill 26 times on his planes. He's, no longer there. Let's see. There are no candidates that could even possibly touch Clinton's fundraising. So Clinton's going to jump into the race October, November, December. And if you watch this channel, you know what's going to happen. Give me your thoughts below. And Trump's going to win again, which will... Clinton loses again and Trump wins again. It will obliterate the current paradigm within the Democratic Party. Absolutely obliterate that paradigm. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I know it was a little bit dry and boring. 2 senators, Democrats. Governor, Democrat. Mayor, Democrat. The congresswoman of that district, Democrat. The facility is known for abuse in facilities that are known for correctional facilities or federal prisons or jails that are known for abuse are also known for, money changing hands and guards allowing horrible things to take place. And we all see what's happening. And inadvertently, the people who benefit the most, and I'm not saying they have anything to do with it, are Bill and Hillary. But I'm honestly not saying they had anything directly to do with it. But they benefit the most. And the notion that Trump, that guy has anything on Trump, are you kidding me? No, he didn't have anything on Trump. If anything, it was Bubba Bill who flew on. Bill Clinton didn't have jets and planes. Okay, Trump did. Give me your thoughts below. Check out A. Good's other channel. My Patreon is below if you want to support my voice long term. Read my writing in the Federalist and the Jerusalem Post.